Hidden identity games are all about pretending to be something you're not. And in the peculiar case of Secret Hitler, there are a lot of counterfeit copies of the game out there. So in true ironic fashion, Matt and I decided to get one of these fake copies and use it in this video. Or at least, that's what I'd like to say, but the truth is we're idiots and we got the first copy we could get our hands on, not realizing it was actually a fake one. So we recommend you don't do what we did and keep an eye out for these unofficial copies. We're sorry for using a fake one throughout this video, but at least it's not on public record for all the world to see that we're idiots. In the meantime, enjoy the video. So we're agreed on this already, right?
Yeah, I'll just put the winner in there and then we reveal it.
Put it at the back, then we reveal it at the end. Yeah, okay. Oh, hello, I'm Robin.
And I'm Matt's cousin Barry.
And welcome back to... Where's Matt?
He's having a facial.
Oh. Anyway, welcome back to Which is Greater, the show where we look at two great games and decide which is greater.
Today we're looking at two games all about lying to your friends, or being completely innocent and trying to figure out who's doing the lying.
It's really weird that Matt isn't here.
Today's games include The Resistance, specifically the Avalon edition, a classic game set in the court of King Arthur, where some of his apparently loyal knights are secretly agents of the evil Mordred.
The new kid on the block is Secret Hitler, set in the Weimar Republic, everyone's favourite republic. You are either a decent card-carrying liberal or a slimy serpentine fascist, or even Hitler himself.
Okay, he's gone. Look viewers, it was me all along. Now while you won't have to dress up in a disguise, you will need to conceal your true identity with just as much cunning and effectiveness. You see, both of these games utilize secret roles, determined by handing out cards like these. Each player receives one, they look at it, and then everyone closes their eyes. Then someone who knows the game will call out instructions. Minions of Mordred, open your eyes and identify yourselves to each other.
Hey guys!
God damn it, silently, now we have to start all over again.
Sorry.
Once you finally get this right, the stage is set. If you are one of Arthur's loyal knights, the situation looks something like this. Everyone else could be good or bad. To a minion of Mordred, however, the situation is much clearer. You have all the information on who is whom, but you are outnumbered. You will need to deceive the good guys to trick them into helping you win.
Secret Hitler adds an extra layer of complexity to proceedings. The liberals still know nothing, the fascists still know everything, but now one player is their leader, the Secret Hitler. And Hitler has no idea who else is really a sympathetic fascist trying to help them, and who is an enemy liberal. It's lonely at the top.
What happens next in The Resistance is a series of discussions, votes, and outrageous accusations, centered around 5 missions or quests in the Avalon edition. The good guys win if they can complete 3 of these. In the highly democratic court of King Arthur, one player selects the team of players who will attempt a quest, but before they carry it out, everyone will vote on whether they want that team to go ahead. Too many no's and the quest is abandoned, and the next player gets to try selecting a team. Enough white yeses and those players will go on the mission, for better or worse. There's now nothing the good guys can do. Each player on the mission will receive a success and a failure card, and secretly select one of them. Of course, the good guys will choose to succeed. The bad guys can choose to succeed or fail. The chosen cards are shuffled and slowly revealed. If a single failure card is drawn, then the mission fails. The bad guys are one step closer to winning, but everyone knows someone on that mission was a traitor.
Secret Hitler is similar but subtly different. Instead of going off on quests, you're actually enacting policies. The liberals win if enough liberal laws are passed, and the fascists win if enough fascist laws are passed. You still vote, you certainly still argue, but instead of voting for a quest, you're actually voting for someone to be a chancellor, and they're chosen by the president, which is a position that rotates around the players each turn. The players vote on whether this pair of President and Chancellor can be trusted with the power to enact laws. If elected, the President draws 3 cards from the stack of potential laws, chooses 1 to discard and passes the remaining 2 to their Chancellor, who selects 1 to enact. Go on, make a choice. But there are 2 important twists to worry about. The first is that once 3 fascist policies have been enacted, if the Chancellor who is chosen and elected happens to be Hitler, the fascists immediately win, just as happened in 1930s Germany. The second difference is that a liberal president might want to pass a fascist policy. You see, as spots get filled on the fascist track, the president gets one-off powers they can use to gather more information, like looking at another player's cards or, ultimately, executing a player they hope is Hitler. As a result, it's even easier for the bad guys to remain hidden in secret Hitler. This keeps the suspense really high and makes it even more important for you to convince your friends that you're on their team. But it also introduces a moral dilemma for the good guys. Do you utterly resist passing any fascist laws in the name of being liberal, or do you pass some fascist laws so you can find out who your enemies are, but in the process risk giving the game away to the fascists?
The Resistance is a wonderful game of deduction, but it can seem overwhelming at first glance. There are lots of little elements, all on their own cards, and various bits being passed around all over the place. But it is worth it, and once you've mastered it, then you can add in the special roles, which make the game even more interesting. I'd always recommend you play with Merlin, but if you aren't friends with Merlin, then you can just pretend to be him with his special role. He's a good guy, and knows the identity of every traitor. Sound overpowered? Well, he is countered by the assassin who, at the end of the game, tries to guess who was Merlin. If they guess correctly, the bad guys immediately win. Merlin needs to be very careful. As you get more experience, you can add in more roles like Percival, who knows who Merlin is, or Morgana, who looks like Merlin to Percival, or Mordred, that Merlin doesn't know anything about, or Oberon, that no one knows anything about and is really a bit weird. But hey, there's also the Lady at the Lake. Now, she's a little bit complicated and very deep, but what really amazes me when I play The Resistance is how wonderfully it highlights how we interact with people, especially in debates. We make snap decisions about people based on the simplest of factors, and it is so hard to change our minds about them. We naturally look for allies in the people sitting next to us, and are much more likely to distrust players who are on the opposite side of the table. Often the loudest players are most likely to win the day. It's a study in human psychology that everyone should play if only to experience that for themselves. It is a great game.
Matt, you're back! And you're wearing the same clothes as your cousin Barry?
Yeah, well that's just a tradition. Yeah, we always do that when we see each other since we were kids.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I thought Barry was just you wearing a silly moustache.
That'd be weird.
Weird, really. I mean, why would you do that? It's just, I should probably find him.
Yeah, he went that way.
Ah, thanks. Can't find Barry. Or Matt. A cynic might say that Secret Hitler is just the Resistance with an attention-grabbing name, and they'd be partly right. This certainly has shock value and the interesting experience of accusing your friends of being Hitler, but it also has an important political point to make. You see, by having a concrete historical setting, unlike a fantasy one, Secret Hitler forces you to confront the implications of the game, how fascism hides in plain sight, how well-meaning liberals can advance a fascist agenda, and how dictatorships can arise from democracies. First and foremost, it is a silly, fun game, but it makes all the same social interaction points that The Resistance makes, as well as this darker political one. And that is why it's a great game.
So what I don't really like about Secret Hitler is that you're just drawing cards at random from this policy deck, which means you might draw 3 fascist cards and have no choice over which law you enact.
Yeah, but doesn't that make it more unpredictable and exciting?
And the Chancellor and President can just lie about what they draw.
True. And I guess in that way it makes Secret Hitler's deduction less logical than deduction in The Resistance, right? But then on the other hand, it makes it more like social deduction. In Secret Hitler, you have to actually look at the other player's faces whilst they're reading their cards or lying to your face. Right? I think in general you could argue that Secret Hitler is easier to understand as well,
because it's easier to get voting for a chancellor than it is to get voting for a quest. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, all good points.
But that means you lose the dramatic reveal that a quest has failed or succeeded. You never gain any true information from which to start building a case.
I thought we agreed we wouldn't argue about this one.
Oh yeah. No, I was just trying to provide some balance.
Oh, okay, good, because this time we're agreed on the winner.
That's right, folks.
What's wrong with your eye?
Oh, nothing. No, I just got this twitch. Bit of a twitch.
Yeah, it happens when
yeah.
you do too much. Really.
Yeah, but we've got the winner here.
Secret
All sorted. Yeah.
it's all there.
You
know,
ready?
I was just thinking, if Matt had been here, he would have stabbed me in the back and switched Secret Hitler for the Resistance.
that
Oh, no.
mate.
Come on, Matt.
Oh, what's he
Crazy.
like? It's just
It's not controlled, really.
yeah. So the winner is the Resistance.
What? No, why?
Ha ha!
Now it all makes sense.
Well, look. I mean, if we made this video 18 months ago, then I think the lessons to be learned about fascism from Secret Hitler might have made it the greater game. But look at what's happened since then. Right? It's just too late for that.
Yeah.
I think right now I'd much rather just enjoy the escapism of King Arthur and fantasy Britain.
Yeah.
You know, it's just more fun.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I was secretly the assassin all along.
Well,
Which means I've got another chance to win this thing.
wait, but I'm not Merlin.
I don't care.
But
Run, boy.
That really hurt.
Ah, you wimp. So that was the Resistance versus Secret Hitler, and the Resistance won.
But do you agree? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you like this video, then please click like, click subscribe, and share it with absolutely everyone you know.
Or nobody, it's okay. It's up to you. But at least come back next week and watch us compare Barron Park and Cottage Garden.
See you there.